I wanted to be a musician because it seemed rebellious, it seemed subversive.
David Bowie's colossal breakthrough came in 1972 when he conjured up the alluring Ziggy Stardust persona and released a proto-metal record that was to redefine glam rock forever.
I was not a natural performer. I didn't feel at ease on stage. But I felt really comfortable going on stage as somebody else. And it seemed a rational decision to keep on doing that.
From that moment on, Bowie's progressive ambitions built his towering music career as he adopted various styles that balanced his high art aspirations with commercial sensibilities.
He could just move from form to form, do what interested him, and he wasn't afraid of being ridiculed.
Throughout his decades-spanning career, he had a number of top 20 albums and singles that were performed by the different personas he adopted: Ziggy Stardust, the Thin White Duke, and the kimono-wearing Aladdin Sane. Each of these fearless phases in the 70s sparked a number of subgenres, including punk, new wave, goth rock, the new romantics, and electronica. Few pop icons reinvented themselves as wholeheartedly and artistically as David Bowie, and with such advancing impact.
Now Ziggy play guitar, jamming good with weird and spiders from Mars.
He made people understand that it was okay to be different. He was an inventor as well and an originator, and he never made the same album twice.
Governed by a determination to steer away from the cliches of rock and roll, not only did he influence other artists, but he encouraged the world to engage with music and culture on a whole new level. With exclusive footage and interviews, we look back at the iconic legacy and pay tribute to one of the world's cultural heroes, David Bowie.
My phone started ringing at 7 o'clock the morning that David Bowie's death was announced. I have not had so many requests for broadcast commentaries since John Lennon Day, 36 years ago. That's phenomenal. That tells you the widespread impact of Bowie amongst the current generation of radio and television programmers.
A friend of mine is one of Bowie's old managers who's originally from England. And we'd been talking about the album and what a fantastic record it was. And to put that record out on his birthday and then to spend all weekend listening to it and discussing it with people who, people I've known for years who love it, and then to wake up on Monday morning, people were actually ringing in a state of shock, and incredibly upset. So many people were so touched by it and so shocked by it, because I think Bowie, because he was quite otherworldly, you never really thought he had the same mortality. And it was a shock, it was a terrible shock.
I was absolutely devastated, and it was really, really strange because, to be so sad with a figure that I've only met once and a public figure, I was quite distraught, and then I started reading so many millions and millions of other people around the world really were feeling the same, and that kind of helped me a bit.
When Lennon died, the reaction was unanimously that the Beatles had been a generational experience. It was communal. The words "we" and "us" were used. With Bowie, the relationship was personal. The words "I" and "he" were used. It's just that hundreds of millions of people all had personal relationships with David Bowie. And this is what became so movingly apparent so quickly.
He was just a really big influence when I was growing up in school, and it wasn't cool to be a Bowie fan back then, but I suppose he personified something which was different and alien and non-human, but he made it feel okay to be a little bit different.
Devastated, really, to be honest. It's music. It's like a journey through your life, and his music punctuated my life in terms of question marks and exclamation marks and everything that's wonderful about music. I kind of followed it through. So a tragic day for a lot of music lovers. And he's about light and music and love and everything that's wonderful in the world. Well, there's so much dark in the world.